Centuries ago, in the dark and mysterious depths of the ocean, lay a creature of legend known as the Kraken. This sea monster, whose tentacles were as long as a ship's masts, had been an object of fear and fascination for generations. The Kraken had remained in a deep sleep for centuries, hidden in the depths of the ocean, far from the gaze of humans. Its existence was only known through stories and myths passed down from generation to generation among sailors. It was said to be able to sink entire ships with a single movement of its tentacles, and its roar echoed like thunder across the ocean. However, one day, something disturbed the Kraken's sleep. An undersea earthquake shook the seafloor, sending shock waves through the depths of the ocean. These disturbances awakened the monster from its long slumber. The Kraken opened its eyes, which shone like the depths of the abyss, and began to move slowly. As its huge tentacles waved, the sea surface became a whirlwind of foam and turbulent waves. Sailors sailing in the area felt the disturbing agitation and knew that something terrible was approaching. Their grandparents' stories about the Kraken resurfaced in their minds, and panic set in. The ships on the surface of the ocean shook violently as the Kraken's tentacles emerged from the depths. The sea monster, enraged by its interruption of sleep, began attacking ships in its path. The sailors fought desperately to escape the deadly embrace of the tentacles and the powerful pull of the Kraken. The stories about the Kraken were not exaggerated. The creature proved to be an unstoppable force, and the ships that did not manage to escape were dragged into the depths, disappearing into the dark waters of the sea abyss. News of the Kraken's awakening spread quickly, and coastal cities were plunged into fear. Governments and ship fleets banded together to try to contain the beast, but the Kraken seemed invulnerable, its tentacles unbreakable. ChatGPT. However, over time, humans' efforts to protect and defend themselves against the Kraken began to succeed. They developed special weapons and daring strategies to confront the creature. After epic and dangerous battles, they finally managed to subdue the Kraken and drive it back into the depths of the ocean. The Kraken, despite having been subdued and returned to its torpor once, had not lost its ferocity or its insatiable hunger for ships and human lives. As the years passed, the sea monster's appearances became more frequent and deadly. Humans' attempts to contain the Kraken appeared to be short-lived and temporary. Although they had developed more powerful weapons and more elaborate strategies, the creature always found a way to outwit them and wreak havoc on the ocean. Its tentacles rose from the depths with astonishing agility, grabbing ships with unyielding strength and dragging them into the dark abyss of the ocean. Horror stories once again spread through the coastal cities, and the fear of the Kraken became a constant shadow in the minds of the sailors. Legends that were once captivating and mysterious became nightmarish tales told in whispers, as people gathered in seaside taverns to exchange tales of close encounters with the monster. The rulers of the coastal nations were forced to take drastic measures. Fleets of armed ships were formed, forts were built on the coasts, and watchtowers were established to detect the Kraken's presence before it could approach the vessels. Generous rewards were offered to those brave enough to face the monster. However, even with all these efforts, the Kraken continued to lurk. It seemed to know when and how to attack to avoid being trapped or destroyed. His cunning and aggressiveness made him a formidable and enigmatic enemy. People began to question whether a definitive solution to their menace would ever be found. The relationship between humans and the Kraken became even more strained, and peaceful coexistence seemed a pipe dream. Each time the creature emerged from the depths, it took with it not only ships and lives, but also the hope that the ocean could be completely mastered and understood by humanity. Thus, the legend of the Kraken continued, perpetuating a fragile and dangerous balance between humanity and the sea beast. The Kraken remained an ominous shadow on the ocean horizon, reminding everyone that, in the natural world, there are forces beyond our control and understanding. As the years passed, the coasts that had once been bustling trading ports became quiet and desolate. Sailors avoided routes considered Kraken territory, and merchants sought longer but safer routes to bring their goods safely to the mainland. Coastal society adapted to the continued presence of the sea monster. Monuments were erected in memory of the fallen, ceremonies were held to honor the missing, and rituals were created to appease the Kraken, asking for its mercy. Defensive walls and forts became an integral part of coastal architecture, a constant reminder of the ever-present threat. Despite the continued fight against the Kraken, humanity has also learned to respect the majesty of the ocean and its fragility in the face of natural forces. Marine scientists set about studying and understanding the marine ecosystem in greater depth, hoping to find clues that could help predict the Kraken's movements and perhaps discover a way to quell its fury. Meanwhile, legends and myths about the Kraken multiplied. It became a symbol of the unwavering challenges humanity faces in its quest to conquer and understand the vast ocean. The Kraken represented humanity's humility in the face of nature and the need to coexist with forces that, despite all technological advances, remained incomprehensible and terrifying. As time passed, future generations continued to confront the Kraken, and the creature persisted in its endless cycle of awakening and devastation. The legend of the Kraken lived on, reminding everyone that in the vast and mysterious world of the ocean, there will always be undiscovered secrets and challenges that will test the determination and strength of humanity. Coexistence with the Kraken became an essential part of coastal life, a reminder that, despite all our knowledge and power, there are unbreakable limits we must never forget.